everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and I have a cross stitch tip for you. Occasionally you may be working on a project that has confetti stitches. These are confetti stitches right across here. They usually come in clusters, sometimes more of them in one area or just a few, but often you will see confetti stitches repeating itself on another section of your project. Like over here, there might be a few. I'm going to turn it over to the back and point something out. So here was one cluster I did over here, and then I dragged the thread over here and did another cluster. You want to avoid dragging your thread like that because often it'll come loose. Look at that, it came loose, which is going to cause your other stitches to come loose. You're also going to go through your thread much quicker, especially if you've bought a kit. You have limited amount of floss in it, so you want to use it up wisely. So I'm going to turn it back over again. Now, it doesn't show on camera what I'm pointing out to you, but if you were here in person looking at it, you could look right through here, and because this is white Aida cloth, you can see that blue thread going across there. So that's another reason why you don't want to drag your thread. Also, if you should happen to have that thread pulled really tight, it could cause your project to buckle and be wavy. So you want to avoid that. Sometimes you are tempted to drag your thread in other ways. For instance, you see all these little circles right here. A lot of them are using the same color of thread. So you don't want to do this one and then drag your thread over and do this one, then drag your thread up here, because it is going to cause problems. So when you're working on your project, it's really important that you keep it as neat as possible on the back. I know it's difficult. It's still a look messy to a point, but you don't want threads crisscrossing all over the place. It's going to lay nicer, especially if you're going to mount it in a picture frame. These two stitches here are called stars. This is a large one, and this is a small one. So I'm going to break it down and show you how to go about doing it. So remember I recommend that you thread your needle. You have one single strand of embroidery floss that's about 1 yard long, folded in half, and you take the two ends and you insert it through the needle. And then you have a loop at the very end which is hanging out on the back. So I'm going to show you how to do the large star first. So you come up, and then you're going to go down 6 rows and pull it through. Okay, now remember this loop that's around on the back side. When you pull this through, before you pull it all the way through, you're going to insert the needle in through this loop. So go ahead and pull it down. I'm going to lift this up just momentarily so I can do that. And then I'm going to pull it closed. So that's how you get it started. Now you're going to repeat this, but going across this way. So right now, the floss is right over that row of holes. So you're going to go out 3 this way and insert your needle. As soon as I can find the hole. Almost there. There we go. And now I'm going to go out 3 on this side and lay it down or insert it. So now it looks like this. Now you're going to make an X going across this way and this way. And you're only going to go out 1 hole from the center on each side. So I'm over here on the right side, going through the hole, bringing it up. Now I'm going to go across, just like you're making an X, and bring it down. And then now I'm going to come down here, 1 hole out on the bottom. As soon as I can find the hole, there we go. And then I'm going to go down over here. All right, so that's how you do the larger one. I'm going to show you the smaller one. The difference is instead of going 6 rows down, you're only going to do 4. So I'm going to come over here and insert. I'm going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and bring it in. Now, going over from center to this way, go over 2 holes and insert the needle. Now go out 2 holes on the other side and insert it. Now I'm going to make the little X going across the center. You still just go out only 1 and insert it. Cross over and then do the other half, going out just 1 and then finishing it. And that's how you do your stars. So here is a small cross-stitch design that I did myself, and I put the small stars in here because it's a very small project. I made them blue. I know stars are yellow, but you can do anything you want because there's no rules in sewing and crafts and cross-stitch and knitting. You do whatever you want. So I took this little Christmas tree, put the stars. You could also put confetti stitches around it. This has a little gold cross up at the top, and I did just a really simple little border. Now, when I made this, I had something specific in mind. I like making little miniature pillows out of these. Sometimes I hang them on the tree as a Christmas ornament, or I just set them around my house on shelves, bookcases, things like that to kind of decorate for Christmas. So I'm going to just quickly go over how easy it is to turn little projects like this into a decorative pillow. So this is some leftover Christmas scraps that I had, Christmas fabric, and this is the front side, so you want that up. Take your cross-stitch design and you're going to bring it front side down and place it on your fabric. Then go ahead and either draw around it or go ahead and cut around it to where your fabric is the same size. If you want to make it into a tree ornament, you don't want this sitting on a shelf, you could attach ribbon up at the top. This is the fabric for the back. I went ahead, folded the ribbon. You can make it any length you like. I think mine's about 12 inches. And do a couple of little stitches back and forth across here. Then take your cross-stitch design, and because you want this ribbon up at the top, so you want to make sure this is facing up, and turn it front side down. Line up your edges, and then you're going to place pins around it. You're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam around all 4 sides, except on the bottom here, you want to leave a little opening so you can turn it front side out. So make sure you backstitch on each side of your opening. If you hear a roar going on in this video, I apologize for it. There's someone out there with a water power pressure cleaning their driveway, so I'm terribly sorry about it. All right, so now you're going to trim the corners off. Now you're going to go through that opening and turn it front side out. Now after you turn your front side out, try to poke your corners out as much as you can. Then in this opening, you want to insert your polyfill stuffing, and you can buy this at Joann's Fabrics and Crafts. You can get it on Amazon, and some Walmart sell it. So you want to break it up in tiny little pieces and then push it inside. Fill all your corners in first. Then after you've got it stuffed, you want to fold your edges in at the opening, and you can do just a little whip stitch to close it up, or if you know how to do a ladder stitch, you can use that. A ladder stitch is a hidden stitch that you can't see, and it makes it really neat and tidy down there. If you're interested in learning how to do a ladder stitch, there will be a link listed below your YouTube screen. Just scroll down to the description section, click on Show More or the down arrow, and you will see a variety of links appearing. Now let me show you what you can do with this. Besides being a tree ornament, let me show you something else. These are little miniature pillows. They're even smaller than the other one I just showed you. They have nothing but Christmas tree designs on them. Now, you could also make these into ornaments by putting ribbon up at the top, just like I showed you on the other one. So I decorated this red basket. I put a little bit of foliage on there, glued it on with a hot glue gun. I've also got a little red pillow stuffed down inside here so that I could display these up on top. It makes a great decoration for your dining room. If you have a hutch or a buffet piece of furniture, you can set it on there, set it up on a bookshelf, an entry hall table, and I think it's just really, really pretty. Now, I wanted to show you where I got my Christmas tree designs that you see on these pillows. This is a book by Better Homes and Gardens, 2001 cross-stitch designs. I love this book. You can buy it on Amazon. Also check out your thrift bookstores, thrift shops. Sometimes you find cross-stitch books in there. And in this one, they have a really large section. So here you see all of these different cross-stitch designs. They also have a page on the next page that shows you the patterns and also suggested floss colors to use. I don't always use what they suggest. I have my own supply of floss. I don't want to have to go buy more, so I will just substitute whatever colors they recommend using some of my own colors, saving myself a lot of money. Now, I've shown this before to some of you. You may have seen it. Those of you are new, I really like this. What this is just cardboard with fabric wrapped around it, and it's got cotton batting. You can also use felt, and it helps to organize the threads and the needles that you have when you're working on a current project. So you can keep all your needles pre-threaded with extra thread down here at the bottom. It keeps everything from falling onto the floor. There'll also be a link for this down below. It's called a design board. I hope you enjoyed this cross-stitch tip and that you learned something new. If you're interested in other cross-stitch tips, check below your YouTube screen for those video links. I'll also have other cross-stitch projects listed below there too. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.